Uniswap, the token for the decentralized exchange of the same name, sunk to a 6-week low after Uniswap said it received a proposed lawsuit notice from United States regulators, which it is ready to fight. Uni dropped 10% from $11.21 to $10 in the hour after Uniswap said it received a Wells notice from the Securities and Exchange Commission, notification that the regulator has planning enforcement action. UNI is currently trading at $9.66, the lowest point since late February, according to Crypto Moon Markets Pro. I'm not surprised, just annoyed, disappointed, and ready to fight. The New York-based Uniswap Labs founder, Hayden Adams, wrote in an April 10th X post. This fight will take yours off the head, may go all the way to the Supreme Court. Uniswap didn't share the exact contents of the Wells notice, but in a blog post regarding the notice, claimed it wasn't a security and it doesn't meet the U.S. legal definitions of securities exchange or broker. And now, an SEC spokesperson told Crypto Moon it doesn't comment on the existence or non-existence of a possible investigation. Consensus Senior Counsel and Regulatory Matters Director Bill Hughes wrote on X clarifying that SEC staff have to first get the lawsuit approved by the agency's 5 commissioners, inclusive of Chair Gary Gensler. And we all know that the chair wants to sue them, and 2 commissioners are not going to disagree, and 2 will disagree, Hughes wrote. So suit is a foregone conclusion, but there isn't a suit yet. And he urged those freaked out to take a breath and calm down, as it was extremely doubtful the SEC would target UNI holders or protocol users. Former SEC Internet Enforcement Chief John Reed Stark wrote on X, Wells notice gives the recipient an opportunity to argue why the commissioners should decline a recommended lawsuit. He said that notice to Uniswap was not surprising and is always amazed when Wells notice recipients fight back by throwing stones at the SEC with obnoxious, insulting PR campaigns, and like the one Uniswap seems to have begun. And Stark claiming Uniswap was recanting a tired, anemic, old and failed monologue by legend the SEC is abusing its power and lambasting the SEC's anti-innovative enforcement paradigm. Expect the SEC enforcement staff to lean in and file a voluminous and robust federal complaint, which will inevitably survive the usual motion to dismiss, prevail against the typical motion for summary judgment, and win on just about every other litigated issue that follows, he said. Former Delphi Labs General Counsel Gilvel Shapiro wrote on X that his hunch is the SEC will win on securities issues with UNI, but will lose if it claimed Uniswap is a securities exchange. Paul Roall, the legal chief of Coinbase, which is being sued by the SEC, agreed with Shapiro and wrote if the SEC claims Uniswap is a broker, he believes it wouldn't be able to argue its claim. And he pointed to a judge's decision last month in the SEC's suit against Coinbase, which determined the SEC failed to allege Coinbase conducted brokerage activity through its decentralized Coinbase wallet.